your door, he got a chrome 44. Get the message, come out and get the message. It won't even be a whoa, no beef, no more. Get the message, come out.
Fisk unit.
Soldier.
Fisk unit.
Soldier.
Fisk unit.
Soldier.
What's good, y'all? Fisk Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fisk. You know why you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Listen. Hit the sub button. Hit that sub button. Join this Fisk Unit army and get Fisk Unit tough. You understand me? When you done doing that, head on over to Twitter. Follow me at Bully Fisk. All right, but we are on the road to 6K. 6K by week 1. I got a surprise coming for y'all this upcoming football season. We about to switch it up. We about to take the entire Fisk Unit brand to another level, man. I can't wait. All right, I'm in the process of moving. It's taking me a little longer than it should, largely because I gotta pay for these models out of pocket. The Fisk Vegas message of the day is take care of your credit, because I got bad credit, so I can't get loans and shit, so I gotta pay my staff out of pocket. So it's cutting into my moving funds, but it's all good though. But when I get moved out and get a bigger space, I can have my own office. Got a surprise for y'all. We're gonna take all this shit to another level, you understand? But with that being said, let's get to the enough about Big Fisk. All right, let's talk about these damn Giants. Enough about me, okay? Bradberry, it's been real, brother. It's been real. Let's all give a Fisk Unit salute to James Bradberry. You held your own. You did your job. And quite frankly, you're probably the best corner we've had since Corey Webster. Just call a spade, because I personally think James Bradberry was better than Jack Rabbit, because Jack Rabbit quit on us a lot. I mean, Jack Rabbit, aka Shit Fondue, he was good for the playoff season. During that playoff season, Jack Rabbit was good, but there were times where that dude looked like he quit. Like I remember we was playing the Eagles and he just it was like a bubble screen to Alshon Jeffrey or whatever. So like the 5-yard line or some shit. He ain't even try and tackle the dude, just let him score. There were times where like Bradberry just looked like Jack Rabbit just looked like he wanted to be anywhere else on the planet besides the Giants. And shout out to James Bradberry, because although we had losing records for his 2 years in New York, he gave us all he had. Bradberry never quit. He never made it about him. He never did anything like call people retards on Twitter, even though that was not a fireable offense, Dave Gettleman. What the fuck? I still can't believe we cut Jack Rabbit over a tweet. Never in a minute. I could see if it was something about the LGBTQ, or if he said something about the president. I could see if it was something. If he did somebody important. He did some random Twitter egg and called him a retard and got cut. Like, I never seen no shit like that before. But with all that being said, I appreciate James Bradberry buying into the culture, buying into Joe Judge's military tactics, and always being the team guy. Never threw anybody under the bus, never complained. He always showed up and he did his job. Because a lot of corners, like James Bradberry, would have complained, because he was the only good corner we had his first year in New York. Who do we have? Isaac Yiadom at number 2. So, he never complained. It was like, James Bradberry, he did his thing. He held his own. He never complained. Like, Darrelle Revis complained until he got Cromartie. You feel me? Like, he never complained. Jack Rabbit, he complained. He had to go on Twitter and validate his stats to randoms and call them retards when they argued with him. So, and even to the last moment, we knew Bradberry wanted to be a Giant. Bradberry didn't want to go. He would have loved to play for us, but financially, we just can't afford him. We can't afford him, man. And I've been watching Bradberry his whole career because he got drafted by the Panthers. And down here in Carolina, I tend to watch a lot of Panther games. So, Good guy, man. Shout out to Bradberry. And you know, a lot of respect to Bradberry too, because when Gettleman, that motherfucker, when he got rid of Josh Norman, it was on Bradberry. Now that Josh Norman was gone, yo, Bradberry, you go get Mike Evans. Hey, Bradberry, you go get Julio Jones. Hey, Bradberry, you go get Michael Thomas. So, you know, look, this guy's a great corner, and whatever team gets Bradberry should be happy to have him. No cap. I know I don't say a lot of nice things about people. You know what I'm saying? I'm always giving hellfire and brimstone on these pussy ass players who don't be putting in the fucking work that we need them to put in. But in this situation, I was always a Bradberry fan. I hated when Giants fans complained about him because I always felt like he did his part. And he's a true number one corner who could hold his own against number one receivers. Now we're going to see if Adoree Jackson is that guy, because I'm sorry, but that Tennessee Titan defense was ass cheeks, and they let him walk out the door. Let's call a spade a spade. The Tennessee Titans secondary was ass cheeks 2 years ago, and they let him walk out the door. You feel me? So let's see if he can hold up as the number one guy. And now we have Aaron Robinson, who I told y'all a year ago. My thing with Aaron Robinson was we never drafted him to be a slot corner. We drafted him to be an outside corner. He's a man, he's physical, man press. And he likes to play in man-to-man. He likes to play man-to-man press coverage. That's an outside corner. He's big, he's physical, and that's where he belongs. He doesn't belong in the slot. That's not what we drafted Aaron Robinson to be. Like the popular thing. And look, Wink Martindale, what's the first thing he did at camp 2 weeks ago? Put him in outside corner. He played left corner. It was Aaron Robinson and it was Adoree. All right, so that's the two tandem on the outside now. We'll probably have a slot kid battling with Darnell Holmes in the slot, but for some strange reason with Giants fans, and it's not just Giants fans, it's NFL fans in general, they're obsessed with the slot position. Oh, this wide receiver, oh, he'll be great in the slot. Yeah, we're going to put him in the slot. Oh, this corner, yeah, he's good for the slot. We're going to put him in the slot. Do y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about? You know how hard it is to be a slot receiver? It's harder to be a slot receiver sometimes than it is to be an outside receiver. You know how hard it is to play slot corner? And you got to cover the left and right side of the field. You don't have the sideline to protect you, so you got to play certain coverages, and you got to know the coverage better as a slot guy than an outside guy. Because 9 out of 10 times, if you're on the outside, oh, I'm in man coverage, or boom, I'm in a soft zone, or boom, I'm in a cover 3. That's it. You playing your area. But when you're in the slot, there's more room to operate. He can get you over the top. He can go left. He can go right. He can go underneath. There's space everywhere in the slot. The slot wide receivers run the most option routes. Why do you think guys like, for example, why do you think Wes Welker was so good? Why do you think Tom Brady loves Chris Godwin? Because the slot receivers, they're more calculated, they're more precise, they understand the option routes better than most. That's why you just can't take a random guy who plays on the outside and say, oh, let's put him in the slot. He might not read the coverage the same as a quarterback. He's not used to taking those hits. It's a different position. You feel me? So I hate when you see these receivers, right? Oh, this guy's short and he's fast. We'll put him in the slot. No, don't work like that. Or you got this corner. Oh, just because this corner is short, or just because this corner is he's not as fast, or he's not as athletic as this guy, let's put him in the slot. No, it's not like that. What is your technique? Can you read coverages? Do you understand shit? The slot is more complicated than what people give it credit for. And I hate how they just lump every young player to the slot. Put him in the slot. Put him in the slot. Oh, he got old. Put him in the slot. Put him in the slot. Shut the fuck up. That's the official STFU of the day. The official fifth unit STFU of the day is to everybody who just says throw him in the slot. Both sides of the ball. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's it, that's all. Shout out to James Bradberry, bro. Go anywhere but the Eagles. You go to the Eagles, I'm pissing on you. But that's it, that's all. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.